Tell me, what is the difference between recruitment and selection? Are they similar? Love?
No,
Is it
ma'am.
similar? No. What it is? How does it differ?
Ma'am, in recruitment process, we invite the pool of applications, then we
Right.
screen them, and in selection, we
Wait,
select
wait,
the.
wait, 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 wait. Do we screen in recruitment? Do we screen in recruitment?
No, ma'am, that's a selection process.
Yes. So first of all, identifying the sources is the recruitment. We are simply, what do you say, go to find where the possible or potential employees would be there, right? So attracting the people to us is the recruitment. That's it. That's it. And finally, we screen, we ask them to come to interview, we take up some tests, we may conduct GD, maybe personal interviews, some kind of different, whatever um, job related test, etc., that comes under selection. But that is the difference. Okay, you very well have noted that. Okay, so recruitment is very clear, a pool of generating qualified candidates for the particular job, or discovering the potential candidates. That's very clear. Okay, I may not repeat. So it is, what is the goal of recruitment? First of all, attracting the qualified applicants. We do not want any general person to come to us. We want specified people or specific people to the post only, and that's why sourcing is very important, right? Here, the second recruitment goal, that is to encourage unqualified applicants to self-select themselves out. And that's why it becomes very clear to note where such qualified applicants would be existing. So if I have to select management trainees, where they are, they would be in the college campus itself, right? So I simply, if I give the advertisement in the general newspaper, I may not get management training, right? And that's why my choice becomes college campus recruitment only. So sourcing is very important goal for the recruitment. So whenever I'm trying to appoint a well-qualified engineer or well-qualified scientist, I have to find the people who have gathered, or there are certain trade unions or associations where I have to find them. Are you getting my point here, Arjun, Apurva, Prakriti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this
Yes,
is what
ma'am.
the goal is. So there are recruitment is two-way street. One is organization is looking for qualified applicants. Applicants are actually looking for potential employment opportunities, and we are mediating by recruitment, right? So when we talk about recruitment process for organization, finding the new position which is occurring in the organization, creating the general pool either by internal method or external recruitment method, either advertising or in the in-house posting, right? In-house job posting, you very well know that, right? Then evaluating the candidates for selection purposes, impressing the candidate and the making them offer for the job. And for candidate, it first of all, they actually choose the occupation, take the education or degrees, etc., acquire employment experience, search for job openings, apply for the job, impress the company during the selection process that I am really qualified and I am the best suitable person for the required post you have advertised for, and then evaluating the job as well as company, and whether to accept those terms and conditions which are offered or not. It is up to the candidate, right? So the strategic recruitment decisions are, first of all, HR planning decisions means how many people are required, when they are required, means maybe the project is going to start in the next year or say after say 6 months. So when they are needed, we have to actually prepare ourselves and find the best possible people who are there in the market. Okay, and what kind of knowledge, skills and attitudes or attributes are required, that is to be enlisted. If any special qualifications are required, for example, if you are finding a simple teacher, but you have to be finding the empathy quality in her or him, right? So special qualifications may be some of the attributes, or sometimes some for example, teachers post required training, teachers training course which has been actually done. So special qualifications for teachers of university may be net appeared or set qualified. So you have to identify special qualification required for that. So they all are HR planning decisions. And then strategic recruiting decisions, where to recruit, whether we are going to select them internally or externally. See, again, whenever you are making the choice of internal or external, automatically there are advantages and disadvantages. If you are recruiting internally, it causes inbreeding. There is no, people may feel competition, right? But then they don't come with the new ideas. There is no creativity because they know the company and policies which are existing in the organization. And that's why we want to increase the competition in the company, and that's why we go for external. And there is a broad variety of people available there, and that's why we go for external. So where to recruit, that is the strategic choice. And then who to recruit, whether we want flexible staff, for 6 months we are going to take a person who is already existing within the company, and once the work is over, we may remove that particular job profile. We do not know, how to recruit. There can be sometimes the project is for small duration, and we want experts people to there, and we cannot fully appoint them for a longer period of a time. That is how the flexible staffing options are existing. So either you take them for lease option is also there. I'm going to come to that. If you have any query, keep your query written down there, and then we would be talking on that. So nature of job requirements, etc., would be these all are strategic recruitment decisions on recruiting methods. Either we go for advertising or recruiting activities. So these are the flexible staffing practices. Look at that. So whether we are going for regular appointment, that is consisting continuous employment either for 6 months or longer, full-time or part-time. So you have to, full-time is a total employment of full week, right? Here it has been written 37.5 hours. So similarly, in Indian scenario, it would be 45 hours per week. It differs for each different occupation. So if you are appointing part-time people, so it would be regular schedule, but less than 37.5 hours per week. So independent contractors are also there, perform specific services on contract basis. Either you may select them. See, sometimes you take the outsourced contractors for cleaning, etc., right? Building maintenance, security services, advertising and public relations, you are outsourcing. So these are independent contractors hired for the company. So this is also a flexible option. You are only appointing certain type of occupations, but from some other contractors. You are simply asking them to fulfill our needs. And then professional employers, organization, and employee leasing, as I've just told you, there are leasing firms. You may call whoever are interested, or you require them their services, right? You have to appoint for them. They would take care of everything of your activity. They will write the payment, they will provide the payment, but you will be actually providing your salaries, whatever has been decided, to that leasing company. So this way, there are temporary workers also for per day or hourly basis, they may come for you. And seasonal workers, see, sometimes some of the seasons particularly you require extra members for taking care of that activity. Here, say for example, retail shops, etc. When there are festive seasons, you require a lot of salespersons to take care of the job. And some crop harvesting seasons also, you may appoint the seasonal employees for cutting, etc. These are all strategic recruiting decisions. You very well know sources of recruitment are two. One is internal, second is external. Internal sources, as I've told you, internal job posting or bidding, promotions or transfers you may take up. Employee referrals can be, the existing employee can bring in his friend or the relative. They are known as employee referrals. Many of the companies are taking care of, their staffing activity by employee referrals. They also provide some kind of incentives for bringing in best personnel. So that is what you say employee referral. Recruitment for former or employees or applicants which are existing or just left the companies, such people. And then internal recruiting database is also one of the source. What is the problem with internal sources? Either there are various advantages. It increases the morale. You very well know them, and that's why you may assess better who are having a particular ability to take up a particular job post, right? It requires less amount to spend, just because advertising, etc., requires a lot of money to input. And that's why when you are recruiting internally, it is the cost is saved. It is actually motivator for people feel there are chances of promotion, and that's why they keep on acting more, putting more efforts for taking up those promotional chances. Causes of succession of promotion and have to hire only at the entry level. This is how these are the advantages. And disadvantages in breeding, you will have less choice, and that's why people know what is happening in the organization. So the creativity cannot be expected, and they know what are the intricacies and complications within the organization, and they may play politics. So possible moral problems for not being promoted. You very well know there can be political infighting for promotions, need for management development programs, etc. So the external sources, you very well know there are college and universities who readily offer various occupational teachings, and they become your major source for recruitment. Then there are labor unions, there are media sources, as internet itself is a media source, and print media various can be directly, your advertisement can be posted either electronically or physically over the print media. And then employment agencies, these are the contract people who have got readily available the pool. People who are interested to take up the jobs, they would go and visit these companies, and they search through via this employment agencies. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Just you very well know, fast I'll tell, new blood would be bringing in new perspective. It would be it requires cheaper and faster training, just because they have learned few of the things on their own, or they have previously experienced some of the extra things that are required to complete the job profile. And that's why you may not give more importance to training. Readily they are known to those activities which they are supposed to be performing. They are professionals. There is no group of political supporters in company, and that's why they have to show their own efforts. And this is how they bring new industry insights. But in disadvantage, may not select someone who will fit for the organization, because organizational culture is totally a different issue. What works well, what fits in the philosophy is not known to the external member, and that's why the problem may occur. You very well know the Cyrus Mistry case, which has happened recently, say 5 to 6 years ago. Tata had their own philosophy, and though Cyrus Mistry was actually a person who was investor in Tata Group, but then still he wasn't actually suitable, so-called, to this philosophy of the Tatas, and that's what you very well know how it went in a troublesome situation. You agree to that, Love? Candidates are not
Yes, ma'am.
selected. Yes, and longer adjustment period in such situation takes up. And now, internal recruiting method, you have job boards like various companies like Career Builders, Second Life, Yahoo, Hot Jobs, etc. They all are job boards, Naukri.com, Job.com, etc. And employer may have their own website where they are supposed to post their vacant posts. Every organization has a career kind of a tab existing, and people come visit their websites, and they can provide their what you say resumes there, upload their resumes. This is what monster.com wants. Basically, what are the advantages? Please refer this. Remember, because I'm going to take one of the case study, very important case study on this internet recruitment method. What are the advantages? One is cost saving. With a one click, you can reach out many people. It is time saving, and you have expanded pool of applicants. The advertisement which you have posted on web portal or job portal or your own website automatically reaches out maximum number of people, right? Disadvantages, people may come and simply apply, so there is no check whether they are qualified or not qualified. Additional work for HR staff members, so screening would come. Many applicants are not seriously seeking the employment. The people have simply posted, but when you call them or you call for interview, they are generally not interested. That is how the yield ratio, when we talk about yield ratio in internet recruiting, would be lesser. Access limited, and if you are not posting it on the job portals, if you are only posting on your own website, people may or may not visit your website, and that actually limits the access of some applicants. Recruiting has to be evaluated. Whenever you are recruiting, you have to evaluate from these perspective. First is quantity of applicants. How many people have actually reported back or applied to your particular advertisement or your request. And quality of applicants, you have to remember whether you were actually expecting experts, experienced people or qualified people, whether they have really meet the job specification which you are expecting. Yield ratio, you have to compare various sources, and how many yielded from the campus recruitment, how many yielded from the job portals, etc. And evaluating the cost benefit, how much you have incurred the money or spent over a particular sourcing method, and how much you really could select the best possible people which you are interested in. So this is what the recruitment evaluation has to be always done. I hope you remember this activity when you have learned in HRM. So whenever you are calculating the yield, so first of all, see, initial yield is initial contact. You have contacted, say 300 applicants have applied to your company or post, and finally interview could hire a particular number of employees. So that is 3:1. Final interview and offer you have made is 2:1. This is how 100 to 50, 300 to 100. Huh? So this is how for final interview they only could come 100 people, and initially when people contacted you they were 300. So the yield can be set to 3:1. When you are calling them for the offers, you actually lost 50% of them. So 2:1. And offers versus hires, actual hires were only 25. When though you have offered them the job, but people were not interested in your terms and conditions or the job profile which you are actually telling them. So only 25 people have joined your organization. That the yield ratio for this is 25. If you look at initial contact and actual hire made, hires appointed you, so there is a lot of difference. So what are the constraints? Basically, why people don't join your organization? What is the type of company you have, or in general public, how this image is there, how attractive your job is, in terms of payment, in terms of experience you are going to provide, right? Internal organizational policy in terms of ethics, philosophy, culture which is existing in the organization, promotion policies, fair remuneration, etc., etc. So this is all constraints are there in the recruitment. And then recruitment cost incurred, the budget which has been allocated, these are all constraints of the recruitment. Automatically, if these all are successful, automatically recruitment becomes effective. I may not go with this again. I just want you to read the case study. What is the time now? Time is up. This case study we are going to do recruiting and selecting higher level managers through internet. Okay, tomorrow we would be meeting the last thing whatever we have covered, how internet recruitment method, whether it is advantages or disadvantages, what kind of problems and prospects are existing in internet recruitment. We would be doing this case study, and we would automatically understand the intricacies of internet recruitment. Have I taught you enough today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.